Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Sunday Morning Coffee with Lisa. I'm Spiritual Coach Lisa Hopp. It is Sunday, May 30th, 2021. Thank you so much for joining me on this Memorial Day weekend here in America. It is not only a weekend to honor those who passed while serving our country in battles, wars, but also it's supposed to be the unofficial start to summer. Perhaps the official start for some to summer. However, here, it's about wintry. It's raining, it's cloudy. It's a jacket and long sleeve sweater kind of day. So, well, you know what? That's all right. That's all right. No, it's a great weekend for quiet, for reflection, for reading. Perhaps, even gathering with those inside. So why not? And I hope wherever you are enjoying this weekend. You are making the best of it. And you are feeling good. For those who are new, please be sure to go to my website at lisahopp.com for all about my services, my upcoming events, the books that I've written, why I began my work. I would appreciate it so much. And welcome. Thank you so much for coming. I hope you were referred, and I hope that you will refer others through likes, through subscribing, through sharing, through talking, whatever you can. I would appreciate it so much. If you are finding me on Facebook under my page, Spiritual Coach Lisa Hopp, also, please refer others to the page. We're all here to serve each other. We're all here to grow and expand and serve each other. And I would like to hope that all of you find that you can serve others also through tools that I offer. And for those of you coming back every week, thank you so much. I appreciate you all so very much. I say it every week, but I genuinely do mean it. I do. I am grateful for those who, I have to say there's no words. It's really beyond grateful. It's humbling. It's beyond a blessing to hear feedback that there is something I've said or something I've done to make a positive difference in someone's life. There is nothing like that. There is no amount of money. There is no wonderful home. There is no trip. There is nothing in this world. I feel perhaps the joy of perhaps being a mother for me may be equal, but it still might have an edge. There's really quite nothing like knowing that someone feels you've made a difference. And it just, as I said, it's a blessing, and I really strongly feel we have to start finding new words or greater words, because I think our understanding of what blessings are and joy is and happiness is ever growing. And maybe some of our words don't match up like they used to. We'll have to work on finding new things for the dictionary. Thank you for joining me. So what is the topic today? I always try to choose a topic, but I have a confession. I have more than one topic, and I don't know which one's going to end up winning. I don't know. This might be a hodgepodge today. This might be a bit of a different kind of podcast today, but we'll see how it goes. It's always, I myself never know how it's going to turn out until I bid you goodbye at the end. It's very true every single week. So what would I like to talk to you first about today? I don't know this week if it is Mercury retrograde, though I have to say to you, though, I try not to put too much stock in reasons, or I want to quote excuses, perhaps, for why things can happen. I've heard that a couple times this week. Oh, I'm in Mercury retrograde, so I'm going to be like this, or I'm going to feel like that. Oh, this will probably happen. Be careful about what you expect, because you'll get it. So I try not to I actually work on not putting a lot of my thoughts, my feelings, and my beliefs into attracting what I might not want to attract. I really truly try to take life one moment at a time, because I know that that's the most powerful way to live. And I'm not saying that Mercury retrograde isn't a real thing. I'm just saying that it's important to focus on what you want to attract to yourself, not on what you don't want to attract. And yes, sometimes it's comforting to know, or maybe it was that that caused a disruption, or a feeling of being out of it, or a computer to break down. But the expectation is what I'm asking you to guard against. You, and I say this, I bet you I say this every week, because it's truth. It is true. It's been scientifically proven. It's been proven through channeling from heaven. It's been proven in multiple ways. Okay? And the truth is that what you put out, you get back. And the truth is that you create your tomorrow today. You are creating, by sitting here listening to me, what you wish to attract later on, whether it be tomorrow or next year, or I said that twice, or 5 years from now, or 10 years from now. You are doing it right now. How are you doing? Are you creating what you truly want to create? What I'm seeing this week is a lot of tribing going on again. Actually, over the last week, for about 8 days now. Now, was it happening before? Yes, it happens in peaks and valleys. It has a tick up, and then it kind of stifles down a little bit, or maybe it gets an even flow. So this isn't something new. But this week, I'm amazed by it again, I guess, because it's coming from new directions. It's coming from people that suddenly are like, okay, it's my turn. It's my turn to focus on being negative and wanting to attract that into my life. Okay. Free will. Of course you can. I have to say, and I mean this humbly, it's hard for me sometimes not to speak up when I see posts from people that have linked up to me, friended me, connected with me. It's hard for me not to always be teacher, because I don't want them to feel negative. I don't want them to be unhappy in their lives. I don't want them to be all stewed up about things that, they can be all stewed up about. I want to help. I want to serve. But I also honor free will, so I don't speak up a lot. But when I do speak up, it's usually because, okay, maybe it's the time, or maybe in a human way, I just can't help myself. It's important not to condemn another for how they feel or what they think. But it's so incredibly difficult for me to not let someone know you are creating what you want right now. Is this moment when you are bugged about this really what you want? Is it really that important to you? Is it really the hill to die on for you? Now, here's the thing, humanness. It's amazing humanness. If I were to say something some of the time, if I were to try and teach, you can't teach an unwilling student. Unless they're open, at least a little drop of them are open to being taught. Sometimes my gut will tell me that their intuition, my intuition will tell me that yes, maybe it'll seed within them, and maybe not fully today, but at some point they'll take it with them and think about it. And I do that a lot in my work. I'll say, I'm just going to leave this with you to process, to ponder. And then just let my clients live their life, because that's their right. That's why they're here. You are all here to build your own story. You are all here to live your own story. You, all of us, are connected to the one. We all have one universal story, and then you have your own individual story. So there is a oneness, and there is also a separateness. Now those who are teachers of some spiritual texts or courses will tell you that separate story is your ego, and it can make you feel separate. And that's very true, isn't it? That's where our tribes come in. And be very careful that it doesn't make you, feel too separate or too lonely or too any lower energy. But the wonderful thing, the wonderful blessing is that even though we all have that separate story and can make ourselves part of a separate tribe, you can at any second of your life change your story. You're the author. You are the author of your book, of your story. Nobody else but you. Nobody else. We're in this time right now sometimes where I think people feel their story is being threatened. That someone's trying to write their story for them. But remember, there is a oneness going on. There is a bigger picture. And some of what you're fighting against is that larger oneness. Be very careful not to fight against the larger oneness. On a larger scale, helpers are sent. People do come to help us and save us. It's all right to accept that help within your own individual story. So, how do you create your own individual story? By your thoughts, by your feelings, and your beliefs. This morning I woke up. There's something going on with one of my social media pages. It's not really updating. It's got old stuff on it, and I'm looking at the same things over and over again, when I like to know what's happening with those who wish to be connected to me and that I'm connected to. And it hasn't been doing that over the last couple of days. And then it did this morning a little bit. And here comes a person who has decided that they wish to speak up about how they feel about a part of their story. To give their opinion. Now they feel their opinion is based on fact. But facts are proven by evidence. And facts are often scientific. And facts are facts. And even if you don't like facts, they're facts. Now sometimes in our history, we find out additional information that adds to those facts. But it never takes away from the facts. Facts are facts. An opinion is not a fact. It's an opinion based on your feelings, your thoughts, and your beliefs. And it doesn't mean that you are wrong in what you are saying necessarily, because your opinion may be based on facts, even accidentally, but an opinion is not a fact. So she gives her opinion. And it was basically attacking others. And here comes her tribe. Attacking others. And I did not contribute to this. Well, what I mean is I would not have contributed in a negative way, because why are you starting your Sunday morning on a negative note? Why? What was so important this weekend, on Memorial Day weekend, that you wished to now speak in such a way? To stew, to give negative vibration to this world. Why? Who hurt you? Is it just been boiling up and it's time for it to come out? Why so defensive? What's it matter? That person's story, by the way, not judging, because that person, that's their story. That's the story that they are writing. My question is, why are you writing that story? Why are you adding that to your story? Curiosity, I guess. But they're writing their story, and then there are people that align with them chimed in. Now, there were outliers. There were people that came in with facts. And the response was, well, you have the right to your opinion. Okay. When we focus on negativity, we beget negativity. When we focus on hope and faith and love and happiness, the universe can still test us. It doesn't mean it wipes out all negative events and experiences and vibrations. It just means that when you focus on that, it's going to come around to you again, because we are one of energy. We are connected to each other energetically through our emotions, our minds, and just overall consciousness. Consciousness is that energetic link, the energy around us. Our minds. Subconscious is how we author our story. And yes, through our mental selves, our conscious mind, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, we also author our story. So there is an overall, and there is an underneath. If that is very clear, I hope so. So this person woke up this weekend and said, I would like to author my story this weekend. I'd like to add to it where I am seeing others different from me. I am putting myself apart from them. That's a mental choice. That's a conscious choice to separate. Separation is based on ego. There is absolutely no way that we can ever fully understand another's story, even if they are your spouse, your child, your best friend that tells you everything. There is absolutely no way that you have a VIP insider view and understanding of another's story. I get very close through my work, through my ability to tune into another's energy. I can feel what they feel. I can hear what they're thinking. I can see and feel and hear their beliefs. So I get very close. But I'm not there entirely. It's like getting the Cliff Notes, but there's still a full book there. You have no idea where people have come from. Fully. I've been on this earth a long time. And there are still people today finding out things about me that I've experienced. Just the other day, someone said, I didn't know that about you. We can't fully know another story, but what we can do is always try to send them love and to view them from a place of love. And believe me, it is not always easy, is it? When you see people in this world, when you witness them being hate-filled, purposefully hate-filled, and or perhaps they are evil, it is not hard. It is so hard not to hate that, isn't it? It is so hard not to be affected by that. But if you were to pick up the hotline to heaven, which I encourage you to try to do, if you were to pick up that red phone and call up God or call up Jesus and ask, what should I do about this person? The answer you would be given is love. Just love. And you would say, oh, that's so hard. You sure there isn't an action I can take? Or shouldn't you just be coming on my side here and eradicating them, or taking them, doing something about them? Are you sure that's the answer? Because the answer is so simple. And we want, don't we, when we pick up that hotline, for that source to be so human with us. And you're allowed to be human. You're allowed to have a moment. Your body's built to be human. So how can you deny it, right? Except there are people who have been on this earth, such as Jesus, such as Saint Padre Pio, who have been able to step outside of their physical selves and not be led by their body. They've been so much not of the body that when they pass, their bodies don't get decomposed like everyone else's, because they almost become superhuman or subhuman or not human, though they are encased in a human body. Can you be like them? Yes. Every human on this earth has the ability to become a great master, an ascended master, a great spirit guide. It's about stepping out of what you normally would feel in your body and being in a place of love, of being in a place of being able not to be triggered by another's hate, not triggered by another's bias, not triggered by another's willful ignorance. Choosing with free will what they want to believe is truly happening for them. What is the reality of their world? That's work. But not work in a physical sense. It's dedication. It's focus. For instance, Padre Pio, he prayed every day for everyone and himself. He dedicated himself so passionately to being a servant that he got physical representation of it. That's some passion. That's some dedication. Those who are the most successful in this world, the wealthiest, who have the ones that are the great manifestors, the ones that follow the dreams, not just invest well or hire the right people, but every day get up and know that they, in that early morning hour, set their life up in every way. They know what I tell you. If you want to know how to be wealthy, you get the keys every week here with me. Every week. Just keep working at it. They wake up and they visualize and they watch what they say and they use their intuition. You know that heavenly source, God, Yahweh, universe, whatever you wish to call it, gave you all the gifts you need to have anything you would want in this life. Your best life. Gave you strong intuition, discernment, gave you energy enough to light up a city, gave you a super mind, gave you that, gave all of us that. We weren't sent down here with nothing. We weren't just sent here as a naked baby being born with no suitcase, no files, no manual. It was all programmed within us. We were sent with all we need, and then we deny it, we deny it, we deny it every day. I'll bet that you at some point in your life have ignored your intuition. I'll also bet that you will say, you have said at some point, my gut tells me, and it wasn't your gut. There's always that knowledge within to access. That gut is always there. It'll tell you what to do and what not to do. It'll tell you who to trust and who not to trust. It'll tell you what's fact and what's not fact. I practice in my life using my intuition first and then seeking out evidence just to make sure that my intuition was right. I've practiced this for a long time, and say 98.9% of the time, my intuition is correct. So I trust it. It's quite easy for me to say, nope, yes. Whatever I hear something, whatever I want to know something. And I love when I get backed up by evidence, because it makes me trust my intuition even more. Your intuition will tell you whether to take that drive or to marry that partner. The only times in my life that I have regrets is when I was younger and did not listen to my intuition. Because, why didn't I listen? Because I didn't love myself enough to listen. That's why. Others were telling me what was best, how I should feel, what I should do. Not their fault. I listened because I didn't love myself enough. And then I found out that my gut was right. And why didn't I trust it? So when you have that ability, and we all have that ability, when you are able to know everything you need to take that step forward, to make that big decision, and you don't listen, you just go off of another reason for doing it. I think it's the greatest letdown we can give ourselves. One of the greatest letdowns we can give ourselves. So that is my regret in life, when I've let myself down. But I've healed from that a lot and forgiven myself, because it's important. Life is about lessons. It's about growing. It's about expanding. So don't kick yourself and say, why didn't I listen? Or how could I have not known that? Just fix it. Just start again. You have a blank slate every moment of every day. In the next second, just start again. So, the next thing I'd like to say is what I thought would be my main topic this morning. And that is, what do you do about your tribe? If you are like me, able to see the different tribes going on here, the different people lining up with people, and mindsets and emotions and beliefs, it is very true that you are a definition of the 10 people that you surround yourself with. So make sure they're who you really want to surround yourself with. And if you really want to surround yourself with people who want to believe and feel the same as you, then all right. That is that gift, another gift of our free will. We get to make choices. I will say to you, though, that I know that every single person on this earth wants to be happy. And if you surround yourself with a negative tribe, you're not going to be happy. Have you ever met a negative person who's happy? No. Never. When you've been negative, you know you haven't felt happy. It's not possible to have negative thoughts and to feel positive. So, what can you do when you love someone and you see them? You're with them and they're talking, or you see them when they're posting, or you call them and they're in a mindset. What do you do? Step out of it. Step away from the bubble. Perhaps you have to hang up a little faster, but in a kind way. Perhaps you have to back away from any conversation on social media, or just ignore it entirely. Perhaps, and this is the best one, just send them internal love. Just send them vibes. Perhaps you can just say one line that's positive, that might turn them around. Your gut would have to be involved in that one. But I would highly advise not to join them. Because is that what you want to write in your story? Do you want others to be your enemy? do you really believe? Do you really want to believe that others are not as important as you or matter as much as you? There is a source, there is an energy where we are all the same. It doesn't matter. We want that energy to condemn the worst among us, and we hope that they feel we're okay. It's not like that. It's not like that. There are no favorites among the children. There are no chosen people. There are people. They are supported in their service. Yes, among us. There are those who serve that have gotten wonderful welcomings in heaven. All that they deserve, yes. But that still doesn't mean that they are loved more than you. So watch your tribe. Are those things that you're thinking, that they're saying, is that the reality that you want? And yes, people say, well, it's just reality. No, it is the reality that you have accepted. It is your reality. It is your story that you have written. That's all it is. Reality is what you make it. You design your reality. So let's say financially, you see something that you desire, and you would say to me, Lisa, the reality, I do not have that money right now in my bank account to purchase this. And I would say to you that your reality right now is that you do not see that money in your bank account, but that money is there. And if you believe and feel with all your being and think and know that that item is yours, that item will come around to you. It has to be yours. We get this black and white thinking that if I can't afford it, I can't have it. Blessings come to people, abundance comes to people through more than one form. If you focus on knowing that that item is yours, energy brings it to you. There is no law that says that energy has to be through the exchange of money. There is no energy that says it has to be what only you can afford. No, that's human stuff. Ask and ye shall receive. You ask when you look at it, when you know it's meant to be yours. And you may not see it, but it's yours. And you keep your focused mind on it. That is mine, that is mine, that is mine. And then watch. It could be later that day or 5 years from now, but watch. Do you enjoy your negative conversations? If you could choose anything in that moment, if you could choose any thought form, any feeling, would you choose to have that conversation? Most of the time the answer is probably no, right? You cannot have what you desire in this earth unless you allow yourself to have it, unless you ask for it, unless you affirm it is yours. Anything you want is yours, because you are an energetic being in a physical body, and that energetic being was literally made in the same energy of the greatest source. You are unstoppable. You are unlimited. Don't let anyone else tell you differently. You have ownership over your own beliefs. You can choose to believe that life works for you, and you can choose to believe that life does not work for you. You're right in both cases, because what you believe comes around to you. I work in this life to help people, hopefully to see. I help them to see that life really is designed to work for you. It does. But we have to cooperate with it. We have to be a team member. You have to play your part. That's why we're given such great information, such as heaven helps those who help themselves. You are made in the image and likeness of your Creator. Everything always works out. We're given the answers. They are all truth. Based on evidence. You have believed before, and your prayers have been answered. That wasn't just a leap of faith. The universe showed you that you were right to have that faith. The evidence of the miracle, are you getting through it, the cure, the turning out, the help on the 11th hour, in the 11th hour, were all evidence of your power to author your own story. I would like to ask you today, please, to consider, with your free will, writing your story on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, wherever you want to go. Write the story you want to write, not the story you feel like writing. The true story, the empowered, positive, faith-filled, hopeful story. Manifestation. Asking. Keep the anger. The mistrust. The fear. Oh, the fear. So much fear out there. Keep it off. Don't ask for more fear, because it will multiply. What you put out, you get back. Wouldn't you rather have more blessings and less fear? It's so important to know what you put out, you get back. And you won't be perfect every day, but the more you try to put out what you want back, the more you'll see yourself getting it and getting it and getting it. And then you'll know. You'll be such an expert that you'll know that when things are happening that are more difficult or even more fearful, you'll know that there is a bigger purpose. You'll know that there is a larger picture happening. I hit my microphone, sorry. You'll know there's something bigger going on. Stay with it. This is happening for a reason, because I know what I'm attracting. And you'll be confident, and you'll fasten your seatbelt, and then this too shall pass. And life will turn out better and bigger and stronger. And you'll be so pleased with yourself. Especially when you transition to heaven, to that dimension. You'll be so pleased. I got it. I did it. And that, my friends, is the true definition of being woke. I hear that a lot. I saw that today. People gotta get woke. As they were spreading misinformation. The true definition of woke is honoring and owning your power and using it not only to give yourself the greatest life, but others as well. Oh, there's nothing like the joy of seeing others prosper because of you, and knowing that you deserve to prosper too. This is your birthright. This is why you're here. To master this. On this rainy, cloudy, cold day here, or wherever you are, master. It'll be worth it. I promise. In some way, shape, form, or speed, it will be worth it. Thank you so much for joining me on this Memorial Day weekend. And I wish you all many blessings, the best of all that you would want out of life, but know you deserve it. Be in a place of love. Walk in a place of love. Give from a place of love. You can only prosper. Remember, go to my website, lisahaupt.com. Like, subscribe, share. There are books I've written, a couple little cute manuals, small ones, easy readers. Check them out. They're there for you to help you to really navigate your journey. Thank you again. Take care.